They're doing is extorting money from people who are getting garden variety traffic tickets.
Is it extortion?
Absolutely not. I don't agree with that.
James Lemon is the city prosecutor.
This offer is illegal, right?
It's an offer in error. Yeah, I would agree that this.
You're watching the most shocking and informative LRJ TV News.
Hello, I'm LRJ from LRJ TV. I've been telling you guys this for the longest, but you know what? Today I'm finna tell you again. Let's not waste no more time. Let's go.
On U.S. Highway 61, 125 miles north of St. Louis, the speed limit just outside tiny Palmyra drops from 65 to 55.
I'm sorry to cut in like this, but let me drop you with some facts. All right? Here we go. Missouri household income is $50,238. Now, for the United States of America, is $55,775. The average income in this small municipality is only $38,804. And these cops are rocking around here wearing, no wonder. These cops making six figures. Now let's go back into the story.
During our visit, a police car sat in the median watching motorists pass by. In June, one of those officers pulled over Janine Hofer of St. Louis County.
Apparently there was a reduced speed zone.
No question Hofer was going too fast. She was clocked at 72 in the 55 zone and got this ticket. To avoid getting points on her license, she contacted a family member who's also an attorney.
So that's the ticket.
Scott Heitland asked the city prosecutor to amend the charge, a common practice in Missouri. But the response Heitland got back seemed rather uncommon.
I view this as a potential abuse of power.
The Palmyra prosecutor agreed to amend the charge from speeding to an equipment violation if Hofer paid a fine of $192.50 plus $27.50 in court costs for a grand total of $220. That is legal. But here's where things become a problem. The offer also asked Hofer to pay a voluntary donation of $100 to something called the Law Enforcement Fund, making her grand total $320. According to Missouri law, that is illegal.
Last year, some legislation went into effect to reduce the amount of the cap on fees from $300 to $225 for minor traffic offenses.
Because the law caps minor traffic violations at $225, Heitland advised Hofer to skip the so-called $100 voluntary donation. When Hofer sent the money, her payment was rejected.
In plain speak, what are they doing here?
I could make an argument that what they're doing is extorting money from people who are getting garden variety traffic tickets.
Is it extortion?
Absolutely not. I don't agree with that.
James Lemon is the city prosecutor.
This offer is illegal, right?
It's an offer in error. Yeah, I would agree that this offer should not have been made. You know, there's no question, and that's an offer that was made at my error.
Lemon claims he misread Hofer's ticket and recommended the higher fine, believing Hofer was going faster than 72 miles per hour. More than 20 over would put a driver outside the minor violation range, meaning the fines could be higher.
When I glanced at it, I thought it was 77.
But all of it confuses Heitland.
I have never seen anything like this.
The offer letter clearly stated Hofer was going 72 and asked for the additional voluntary donation that doesn't appear to be voluntary.
Is the word voluntary the wrong word to use on here? Is it really voluntary?
Well, and maybe the use of the word voluntary is an unfair suggestion, because quite frankly, the way the law enforcement fund is set up, it's just a part of the fine. All of the money goes into the general revenue fund.
Records show the Palmyra Law Enforcement Fund collected nearly 18 grand between January 2016 and July of this year. According to the city clerk, most contributions are from voluntary donations and court-ordered payments. Lemon says some of those come from traffic violations, others from organizations like the Kiwanis Club listed here. I asked if errors, like the one he claims with Hofer, have been made before.
I would like to tell you no, and I want to think that it's no. If you're asking me, have I ever made a mistake in looking at what the speed was on a particular ticket, I'm going to have to say it's possible. I don't think so.
They're circumventing the law in order to be able to keep charging the kind of fines that they want for just normal traffic tickets.
I feel that they're not following the law, and it's frustrating to be a citizen that you basically have to do what they say.
Will his complaint regarding this matter change the way you amend tickets in the future?
Well, I think one thing it brought to my attention is that we need to be very cautious regarding dollar amounts, and I've raised that with my staff and said, guys, if you see me make a mistake, you need to point that out to me.
After complaining, Hofer eventually got her voluntary donation back.
Once again, I'm not trying to sound racist. I'm not, but I gotta tell you, people, the people who's running these towns are usually white, and once again, they making their money off the backs of the poor and the uneducated and the backs of the poor. Okay, I'm just saying. If you ask me what the police do, they'll stop 4 or 5 people, harass them going to work, eat donuts all day long, ignore calls, take forever, masturbate, and sleep with prostitutes and rape kids throughout the day, and then go home and beat their wives. That's just my personal opinion.
They sleeping. Sleeping.
Do your job and keep a lookout for people that are breaking into houses, not fall asleep in the church.
I've been doing my job.
No, you haven't. I walked up on you and had your eyes closed.
I've made several traffic stops tonight. I've made 1 arrest tonight. I have been doing my job. I haven't been sitting in this parking lot.
That's a lie. I
3 hours.
saw you.
And Sergeant Mike Eiskant has forgotten his dash cam video is rolling. First you hear moans, then the unmistakable sound of a zipper. Eiskant is alone in his squad car.
Oh, you're a big, beautiful breast, baby. I got juicy baby.
Spread your legs for me real quick. There you go. Hands on your hip. Oh yeah, there you go. See it shaking. It kind of makes me nervous.
It's cold outside.
Yeah, it's cold?
Yeah, that's what that is.
Okay, what's this right here?
That's my penis.
That's your penis, all right.
4-year-old boy fighting to survive. His mother's boyfriend, a member of law enforcement, is accused of putting him in the hospital.
Here's herself, the neighborhood grandmother. She's always keeping an eye on the local kids, and she's friends with everyone on her quiet street. Everyone except for Michael Abbo.
After about a year and a half, he finally would speak. I would say, hi, how are you today? And he'd say, oh.
But Swartz says it's how Abbo interacted with his own kids that really stood out.
If the little boy was in Mama's car going to McMinnville, he'd always blow a kiss at me when he left. But if he was in Daddy's car, he was not allowed to look.
So Swartz says she wasn't surprised when an ambulance showed up to Abbo's house on New Year's Eve.
When they brought that child out, I just almost went to my knees.
Domestic battery. Sheriff's deputies say he and his wife got into a verbal argument yesterday evening that turned physical. He allegedly pushed her to the ground twice and refused to leave unless she promised not to call police.
Comment down below and let me know when the last time you got stopped by the police for a BS ticket. I'm LRJ. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Why? Because you be glad you did. I love you all. Peace.